What's up, NLC family? It's me, Cece, coming from quarantine headquarters, aka my bedroom. I hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to hop on and just let you guys know that you are truly loved. You guys are missed. I can't wait till we're able to get back together as a church family and worship God all in one building. I don't know when that will be, but in the meantime, I hope that you guys enjoy the messages. I want to remind you guys also that we have text by phone, prayer by phone. We have Breeze. Just get your credentials, log on to that. You can find your friend's contact information if you don't have it already. And with that, I just want to go ahead and pass everything over to Pastor Mark. In today's message, he'll be focusing on relationships and affirmation. I hope you enjoy. God bless.
Hi, I'm Mark Isaac, pastor at New Life Community in Dinuba. This week, I want to encourage you to take your relationships from the doldrums of assuming you care about each other to the delights of mutual affirmation. I said earlier that healthy families and relationships affirm each other not for what they do, but for who they are. We saw that in the words of God the Father that he spoke over his son Jesus at his baptism in Matthew chapter 3. "This is my son whom I love. With him I am well pleased." Healthy families and relationships also make sure that everybody affirms and that everybody is affirmed. David Mace was a marriage specialist in Oklahoma for years. He once studied some of the state's happiest families to find out if they had anything in common, and they did. He wrote, "The study found that the members of these families liked each other and kept telling each other that they liked each other. They affirmed each other, gave each other a sense of personal worth, and took every reasonable opportunity to speak and to act affectionately. The result was that they enjoyed being together and reinforced each other in ways that made their relationships very satisfying. If you thought there was going to be some secret to it, turns out there isn't. It's just mutual affirmation." In some homes, the affirmation support is directed only one way. Everybody's expected to support a dad who has ambitions for a demanding career, for instance, or a son or daughter who shows unique talent in a sport, or for the one who's been sick. In the same way, in some homes, only one person does the affirming of all the others. Only mom is expected to say such nice things, not dad or big brother or the moody teenager at home. Or only the happy little kid is counted on for hugs and kisses. Involving everyone in the affirming business and making sure that everyone is affirmed can be challenging. Not everyone's personality is the same, nor their confidence level in their relationship with God. It's important, though, that everyone participate and that everyone be affirmed. When our kids were small at home still, Lori and I actually had to go around the dining room table and encourage each one to say one thing that they really liked about the others. Well, with 6 people in the family, that meant 6 people were talking about 5 other people. That meant 30 words of affirmation. Sometimes we were done with dinner before we were all done with the words of affirmation. But it was important that each one was affirmed and that each one took responsibility for saying those kinds of things to each other. You know, it's amazing to me now that the kids are grown and gone, the things that they write in birthday cards and Mother's Day and Father's Day cards these days. You can't buy cards with such honest and beautiful words of affirmation and love. Well, now that I've said that, let me make this point too. Healthy families and relationships realize that affirmation does not mean pressure. See, affirmation is not to be used as a tool to manipulate behavior. It's to be used freely, not to lay on expectations. Parents can end up at either of 2 extremes with their children, not involved in their lives or affirming them at all, or in their children's lives too much. It takes God's wisdom to know when affirmation becomes pressure. One way to determine that is how you handle your disappointment in relationships. Can you like someone or affirm him or her when they disappoint you? Now, if that's hard, if you can't do it, then how much is your affirmation really worth? Is it really that you're only saying, "I like you" when you do things that make me like you? Well, that's not modeling God's affirmation. Let's go back and get our clues from him. We have value as his children, and yet we also disappoint him by our failure to live without sin. His Holy Spirit points out such failures so that we might have the joy of forgiveness and grow again in fellowship with him. There's no value in God or in us pretending that we're perfect when we're not. We both know at what cost our forgiveness comes. And so we're reminded of God's overflowing and his overpowering love for us. And that causes our love to grow too. It's all right to share our disappointment with each other so long as we have open arms to forgive and to add our strength to their weakness. To say, I like you and will support you even when you're not at your best. Think about what you say in your prayers for your family members when they're not there. If it's mainly your concerns for them, then ask God to help you see them as he sees them. And begin thanking him for his attributes that are there in our life, or the fruit that he's growing in them. We all need affirmation. Someone to tell us that we're okay. A word or a touch to remind us that we're loved for who we are and not what we do or what we produce. God chose to speak his affirmation for his Son so that we could hear. It's important, and it's time for us to do the same in lives of others as well. Don't leave them guessing. Give them the joy and the peace of your affirmation.
I know the